What-o, Kyle? What besets us this fine morning?
Softly, Gwen, for I think a quarry ventures near.
Verily? A friar with a joint of mutton to pilfer? One of the sheriff's horrible henchmen?
Neither, my friend. It seems to be a tax collector with riches abound.
Sir Robin will be well pleased. Shall we call the rest of the merry band?
We grow short on time. If they were to be summoned, this traveler would be long gone and well fed before they would arrive. Nay, methinks this is a job for us too. I'm sure we can handle a single heavy-laden rider.
After you, then.
I say, good traveler, you are far from home, and methinks on this lovely morning.
Oh my! What do you mean by accosting me in such manner, knave? Do let me pass, or the king's vengeance shall be swift indeed.
The only king I serve is Richard the Lion-Hearted, not this sniveling brother Prince John.
Ah, and you assume I spake of the latter? I, too, am a servant of Richard. These chests are filled with the king's ransom. I have been charged to deliver it post-haste, and you are in my way.
A likely story, I dare say. She spins a charming tale for sure.
Ah, so the foxes hunt in pairs this morning. It is a sad state of affairs when subjects of the king are preyed upon by brigands.
Enough of your stalling. I would very much care to investigate your wares.
And I will start with this paper she has.
This is an outrage. That is meant for my own eyes only.
Looks as if she's delivering something for the king. What does this word mean?
Radio?
It's a radio.
Some sort of trickery, no doubt.
I wish to see it.
Fine. It's here.
It looks like a box to me.
Here. Let me start it up for you. Will it be too much of a bother, Lionel?
Not at all, Fiona. With this program, it almost makes tax time fun.
You're joking, right?
Well, maybe I'm exaggerating slightly.
Well, I think I'll go sit down while you get things sorted.
I'll let you know if I need you.
Oh! Well, hello, Gwen. I didn't know you were here.
Hi, Miss Fiona. I'm just reading this book for school.
Oh, really? Medieval tales and the origins. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's about old stories and where they come from.
So I gathered. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, well, kind of. Some of the words are really old. I keep having to look up what thither and hither unto means.
I see.
Hey, everyone. Whoa, that's a lot of papers, Mr. Jacobs. Are you writing a report or something?
Hey, Kyle. Not exactly.
Lionel is helping me file my taxes.
Huh? You still need help with those?
I'm pretty sure they are confusing for a lot of people, Kyle.
Well, yeah, I just thought, well, at your age, it'd be easy, Miss Fiona.
Well, evidently, I'm not quite old enough to get the hang of it.
So what are you up to today, Kyle?
Oh, you know, it's Saturday. Nothing really going on, so I thought I'd see if anything exciting was going on here. Evidently not.
Well, we could listen to the radio.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Taking a break, Mr. Jacobs?
For a little bit, Gwen, taxes can be...
Taxing?
Exactly.
I do appreciate you helping me, though.
Not a problem, Fiona. Like I said, it's a lot easier these days.
Yeah. What I want to know is what are taxes exactly?
You don't know, Kyle? It's when people have to pay the government?
All right, but what for?
That's a good question, Kyle. To put it simply, taxes are the way the government raises money to run our country.
Run our country? I don't get it.
Well, think about it. It takes money to repair roads, take care of parks, and keep people safe.
It's like it says in Romans 13. God put people in power to take care of their countries. This means we need to obey God by giving them respect, honor, and by paying our taxes.
Kind of like Jesus said in Matthew 22:21. Give to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's.
Caesar?
He was the guy in charge at the time.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
But you said that we need to give God the things that are his. What's that all about?
I suppose I did. To begin with, we all need to realize that everything belongs to God. Nature, time, people, emotions, and even money belong to him. The things we own are only ours because he has decided to trust us with them. As Christians, we often worship God by giving back to him with our tithes.
Tithes?
If I may, Fiona, I might have a little script that might help explain.
Oh, that would be lovely.
I'll go look for it.
And we can listen to the radio while we wait.
And now, from the garage of Lionel Jacobs, comes the Levitical story of tithing. A long time ago, there was a man named Moses.
Hello, I believe you may have heard of me. Led the children of Israel out of Egypt.
That's right. He was a very important person in the Bible, and God often told him things, and Moses would write them down.
Moses, I'm going to take these people you have brought out of Egypt and make them into a mighty nation, the Israelites.
That sounds awesome, Lord. How are you going to do all that?
Well, all nations need rules, so I'm going to tell you the rules, and then you will tell them to the people.
Well, that's why I'm here. Got my scroll all ready.
Get comfortable. We have a lot of work to do.
Now, one thing to know about this new nation is that the people were all one big family.
That's right. Long ago, there were 12 brothers, and they each had big families. And we can all trace back through the family tree to find out which brother we're related to.
Yeah, I'm from the tribe of the brother named Levi. But what does that have to do with me writing down all these rules and laws?
I'm going to put your family in charge of leading the whole nation as my priests. All of you will have something to do with my places of worship and making sure that the laws are being followed.
This was a big responsibility for the Levites. The whole nation of Israel would be looking up to them to lead them and teach them and judge them.
One question, Lord.
Yes, Moses?
If we're going to be leading and teaching and judging and all that, how are we going to feed ourselves? I mean, priests gotta eat too, you know?
Don't worry. I've got that taken care of. When the people come to worship me, they will bring their goats and cows and doves as a burnt offering to me.
A what?
It's a long story. But back then, when you did something wrong, you would give God an animal by killing it and burning it.
That sounds awful.
It was. But that's sin for you. When we do wrong things, according to the law, something has to die.
That's right. So, as I was saying, when the people give their animals to me, my priest can take a little of the meat and use it to feed themselves.
Oh, good idea. But is that all we'll have to eat? I mean, I like meat a lot, but I'm pretty sure we'll need a little more than that.
Trust me, I've got it covered. As another part of worshiping me, my people will bring to the temple a tenth of what they have as a gift to me. These will be called tithes, and this is what will help pay the priests for their work.
You've thought this through, haven't you?
Like I said, trust me.
And so that's how tithing started. People would bring a tenth of their belongings to the temple so that the Levites would be able to serve God. Today, Christians do the same thing for their churches. By giving back to God, his workers can serve him with your gifts.
Looking a little thoughtful there, Gwen. Anything wrong?
Not really. I was just thinking about what we've been talking about today. You know, the whole tithing thing. I was wondering something, though.
What's that?
In the script, you said that back then people used to give God animals to pay for the wrong things that they did. Is that why we bring our tithes to church, too?
No, not exactly. Since Jesus died on the cross and came back to life, the cost of our sins have been paid. We don't need to worry about paying the cost ourselves.
Tithing for us is just a way to give what we have to God, so that people like pastors, missionaries, or other people who do his work are taken care of.
Although sometimes people do give to show how sorry they are. In Luke 19, we see a familiar tax collector giving more than half of his wealth away when he realized he'd done the wrong thing.
Wow, and I thought that 10% was a lot.
It can be, Kyle, and God knows it. A lot of people are afraid to give away that much of what they have. But in Malachi 3, God tells us that if we trust him enough to give that much, he will give us so much in return that we won't have room for it.
Is that really how it works, Mr. Jacobs?
I'm pretty sure Miss Fiona knows what she's talking about, Kyle.
I'm I'm just asking, Gwen.
That's how it works, Kyle. And other verses like 2 Corinthians 9 say about the same thing. But I'd encourage you to test it out and see for yourself.
Test it out? I thought the Bible said we shouldn't test God.
It does. But in this instance, God says it's all right.
Have you tested it out, Miss Fiona?
Actually, I have.
And what happened?
I can't tell you that. You've got to figure it out on your own.
Well, I think I will do that. See ya.
Where are you going?
To count my money. Church is tomorrow, and I've got to see how this works.
All right. Bye.
Well, I need to get back to finishing up your taxes, Fiona. I just need a couple forms from you.
Yes. Did that answer your questions, Gwen?
Most of them, Miss Fiona. I'll have to talk to my mom after I've thought about it for a while.
Good idea. Are we done listening to the radio?
I am. Want me to shut it off for you?
That would be wonderful. Thank you.